to hear what you think about this. This is just a warning. This is getting very deep into this. This is not going to be just a base level breakdown. Like, this is really going in deep and looking for very minuscule things.
Okay.
So, JB, will you please throw that first one up there for me?
Gotcha.
Now, JB, will you just throw up the batting stance difference between the two?
Yeah.
The two pictures. So.
There we go.
This is the side-by-side, and thank you, Broder, for marking up the image.
I see why his hip was bad.
Yeah,
look at how far his fucking hip is out.
Yeah, you can see how much the new hip is helping him be able to stay inside the ball. He's not opening up and really allowing himself to be wild. It's so much more compact. It's so direct.
Yeah.
Your ability to get to the baseball is so much higher. That's why you're seeing him make more contact. He's not getting pitches blown by him on a high level fastball, and it's just such a more compact swing, and that's what you needed to see from him, and that's why the average has gone up. So now the reason for this is, in my opinion, the addition of Gleyber Torres.
Yeah.
I think that they are such similar hitters, but Gleyber is a contact guy where Javier was known as a power guy. And Gleyber came in here and was like, man, we have such a similar swing. Like, if you just shorten it up a little bit, like, you're going to find your stroke and you're going to find the consistency that you're looking for. So, JB, will you throw up the comparison of Gleyber and Javi?
Yep.
So this is on very identical swings and very identical pitches. So you can see, like, literally the bat path is the same. The stance is the same. They're both compact. They both have that high finish. And Javi really, like, you can tell how much he's put into his swing. And I got to believe it's because of Gleyber Torres. It's so similar. Everything that Gleyber does at an elite level has now been added to Javi's swing to make him hit for more average. So throw the on top on each other, because when you put them on top of each other, like, you can really see it.
Yeah.
You can really see how similar it is. And I slowed it down too. So you could see the hands are in the similar load. They're both inside. It literally looks like they're identical. And you can tell
Javi just got more of a leg kick. That's it.
Yeah, but they both have big leg kicks, but that's still a smaller leg kick than Javi had last year. Javi was struggling to get his foot down and before the pitch, but now his foot is always down. He's ready to make those swings, and it is translating. I mean, you can tell. And there's if you put them on top of each other again, and you go on the 2023 Javi and the 2025 Javi, you can see how much further his hands are out of his body. His hands are fully extended when he's hitting the ball versus now they're inside the ball, getting that nice cut into the inside of the baseball. That's what you need to do, and he's doing it at such a higher clip now. Like, look at as the ball comes in, he brings those hands in. They really just a nice stroke, and it's like golf. Sometimes you just need to slow it down to pure the ball, and that's what he did. And I think that is why Javi Baez is being so much more successful. It's the new hip, it's the new swing, it's the compact swing, and it's getting you the hands inside the ball instead of casting everything out. And that's why I think he hasn't chased as many egregious balls outside the zone. Like, I know he still
does it from time to time, but
it's not as egregious as, like, where you can tell he is casting out and trying to hit those balls in the outside corner. Now there's another clip I got, but I didn't send it to JB, where you see him hitting balls on the outside of the plate, and his hands are still in, and he is still ready to make good contact. So this is my opinion on why I think Javi Baez is back, and I believe Gleyber Torres was a huge part of it.
No, absolutely, man. And shout out to Gleyber Torres for, you know, if it's true, working with Javi on his swing, because like you said, very, very similar. The big thing for me, and you can kind of tell why Javi would whiff on a lot of stuff, or why pitchers attack him low and outside, because his stance was so fucking wide, and like you said, he wasn't really extending his hands through the zone. So he's going to swing under a lot of shit, especially when you got that leg kick, and it looks more like a stylistic type of swing instead of, like you said, hitting for more average instead of power. Do you think that was maybe the biggest part, was the mental aspect, him realizing that at this point in my career, especially with the hip not really working like I wanted to, him still trying to go out there and hit for power? Do you think something finally clicked in him to where he was like, okay, maybe if I shorten up, I can just get more balls in play and be effective that way instead of just trying to go for the gusto every time I'm at the plate?
I think so. I think he had to have that realization, but I think that realization was made by Gleyber Torres. I think that he just has not listened to the coaching staff ever since he's been here. I think he's just been on his own, and he's been left on an island. And then have someone who you're buddy with and you have a great relationship like Gleyber Torres. I think that he finally was able to take some constructive criticism after realizing that he doesn't have a spot guaranteed. I do believe Neil's right about that. The not having the starting spot guaranteed put him in a position where he knew he had to change. And he changed. And now I think that this is why I think it's sustained, because the swing is completely different. We're not talking about Javi Baez, who's swinging like super fast, trying to hit home runs. We're talking about Javi Baez, who's trying to get hits and trying to be productive.
Right.
And that's what why I think he's going to continue to be productive, is because that's what he's trying to do.
I mean, for somebody like Javi with his type of play style, if he has matured in a way to where you're going to see him do some of the things he's been doing lately, hitting more for average, putting balls in play, and, occasionally you might get a pop here and there. If he has that in with good defense, then I think Javi is maybe taking a step, in this latter half of his career, and just becoming a better hitter, man. And I that's something that you want to see. Javi doesn't have to change. He's had success with what he has done.
He's guaranteed the $25 million.
Exactly. And that's what I was trying to get through to Neil yesterday. Like, he doesn't have to go out there and do anything, but the fact that he is going out there and he's trying, he's maybe starting to take more criticism this year. Like you said, having a buddy on the team helps, but I also think that AJ Hinch has sat down a lot with Javi, because there were points last year where he benched Javi. Like, clearly there was something wrong and there was a disconnect. And when he went down last year, this team took another step and they got into the playoffs. So I think that AJ Hinch has worked extensively with him as well. And shout out to whoever the Tigers hitting coach is. I don't know if he's getting enough love this year. Maybe he should get a little more love just because of the resurgence. You said who?
Keith Bogard.
Bogard?
Yeah, I think it's Beauregard.
Beauregard. All right, well, shout out Keith Beauregard. And we got to give him some love, man, because the steps that a lot of players have taken over this season, it just seems to be something is clicking. But with Javi Baez, I think if you have changed his swing and some of his old tendencies, that can play out huge for this team. Because if you get the best Javi Baez that you can get in a Tigers uniform, like, this team is going to go places, bro. You absolutely need him to be not the $25 million guy that you signed, because he's never going to be that. And for the fans that absolutely hate Javi, I understand, but that's what you got to realize. He's never going to be that $25 million guy that we signed. But if he can just be half of that contract, with the Tigers in the position that they are to be, looking for a playoff push, I think that's all you can really ask for at this point.
I don't care about the contract at this point. I just care about how he's playing on the field.
Yeah.
I've become numb to the contract. If he is being productive and he's helping this team win, I could care less how much he's paid. There's a reason this sport doesn't have a salary cap.
Yeah.
And I'm sick of talking about it. I can't lie. He's playing
Seriously,
well.
yeah.
And if he's playing well, I don't have any reason to complain, even if he is overpaid.
Yeah, big facts.
Like, it's that simple. So
that was a great breakdown, by the way.
Thank you.
Very
Thank you.
good.
I
Very,
hope you
very
guys
cool.
enjoyed the in-depth breakdown. I know you guys have probably been missing that since Broder left. So shout out to Broder for helping me refine my idea, because honestly, I thought I was crazy last night when I was deep diving on this and looking into it, and Broder confirmed my theories. So
I want Neil to watch this, but he ain't gonna do it.
No.
He gonna be like, get that shit out my face.
Now.
I can see him now.